Professor M. Masum Raza from Department of Library Information Science, AMU Aligarh. So, in the previous lecture, we have discussed circulation. What are the activities of circulation? What are the works, total complete work of circulation section, and right from registration of members to interlibrary loaning. So, this is a complete comprehensive task of circulation section. So, yesterday or in the previous lecture, I also told you about the different loaning processes, loaning procedures. What are the different methods that were used for the loaning? And it has gone a great evolution with the passage of time. And we literally started with the register system, and within register system we have covered a daybook system and then ledger system. So even we have seen how the ledger system is an improvised version of the daybook system. Although both are covered in the register system, but ledger system is definitely the improvised version of your daybook system. Reason being very simple, that at least in daybook system you are recording the complete day's transaction on a particular page only, and then the retrieval becomes difficult. Just suppose any patron comes to visit the library to return the document, it becomes difficult for the library staff to find out exactly the particular day and date, and then go back to that particular page and then return the document. Until unless the day's transaction is shifted to on the register or shifted in the ledger. So the second version, I told you, the improvised version was a ledger system, and in a ledger system it was easy. Every patron, every user was allotted one page, and in the beginning the index can be maintained, and the moment the member visits, straight away his or her page, whatever the page has been allotted to a particular user, that page can be opened, and the transaction of issue or return can be recorded on a particular page. So this system, the register system, is quite good if the number of users are less. But the moment the number of users start growing, so again this system has to evolve. So how the circulation system evolved? We started with the slip system, and then with the dummy system, and then later on with the one card system, and after one card we started recording on the two card system. So yesterday I told you about the two card system also, and the two card system, the most prominent one, I told you about the Browne system of charging and discharging. So we'll start from the Browne charging system. We'll cover two systems here in the card system. One, we will cover the Browne system, and second we will cover the New York charging and discharging system. So you'll be familiar by the end of the lecture, you'll be familiar with the two systems, both covering under two card systems. So the today's lecture, as I told you that we will cover these contents. I'll cover the Browne system. Then what are the tools required for the Browne system? How the charging is done in the case of Browne system, and how the discharging is done, and what are the advantages of Browne system and what are the disadvantages of the Browne system. So by end of this lecture, at least you will be able to understand what Browne system is and how this two-card system was beneficial or advantageous in comparison to the earlier systems. So what this Browne system is, just to understand, you can see the card system here that later on we will use. This here you can use the book card is inserted in the book pocket, and this is a position where the book card is placed in the book pocket. I'll come to it later. I'll just let me introduce what the Browne system is. The Browne's issue system that was devised by Nina E. Browne in 1895 represents a significant advancement in the library circulation method. Browne, who served as a librarian of the Library Bureau in Boston and as a secretary of the publishing board of the American Library Association, introduced the system to streamline library operations and improve efficiency. So, despite its origins in the United States, the Browne system has seen limited adoption in its country of origin, with greater popularity observed in other regions such as India. It became more popular in developing countries rather than the developed countries. because developed countries, uh, they had tried with many other systems that we'll take up later on. They tried with many other systems, but this was the most convenient system for India, most economical also, and most efficient also. So later on, we will see how the system was most economical and most efficient. That we will see in the due process. But simultaneously, what I intend to show you, you can see here this book card, and the book card is prepared in the technical section or the processing section, as I told you, and it is almost similar to due date slip, similar to due date slip in the format. Means your accession number will be there, your even call number will be there, your title will be there, your author will be there, and the columns will be little different. And here also, basically, it has to be embossed with the what this book card is supposed to be embossed with the due date, and even the due date slip also you are embossing the due date. So idea is the book card will be inserted in the reader's ticket. If the reader's ticket is in the ticket shape, is in the pocket shape, that will be inserted in the reader's ticket and it will be filed in the charging tray. So one out of these two, either the book card or the reader's ticket, one has to be in the shape of a pocket and other one has to be elongated. So here you can see in the picture, you can see the book card is elongated and reader's ticket will be in the pocket shape as it is shown here. The reader's ticket will be in the pocket shape. So it becomes very simple when we go for the charging. So these two things, they will be giving you complete information. One will be giving you complete information about the document, another will be giving you complete information about the reader. Only what is to be done is these two cards have to be placed together, means they have to be placed together or in juxtaposition, and has to be ultimately filed behind the due date guide card in the charging tray. As simple as that. Let's move on. Let's see. So these are the tools which you will be requiring, and so these tools will be required if you want to execute the Browne system. So you can see on the top, for the book there is a separate requirement, and for the borrowers there is a separate requirement, and for the counter staff, anybody who is sitting at the circulation desk, and the requirements are different. So all three requirements I have given here. So for the book you can see the due date slip is there and book pocket is there. So the book pocket, I told you, the book pocket is basically meant to hold the book card. This all preparation is done in the technical section or the processing section that we have already covered. So book card, as I told you, it will give you information about the accession number of the document, call number of the document, title, edition, author, and then the columns will be there where simply you are supposed to emboss the due date. So then the columns will be there, and you can see here the due date slip also, that is also on the similar format, but it is not a tough card. It is not in the form of a card. It is just a slip, as the name itself represents. Due date slip. Slip will be a plain of paper, is just a piece of paper with the dimension of 5 inches into 3 inches, and that is pasted either in the front or at the back. The idea is that the book card will be collected by the library staff. So user should get to know from somewhere. There should be some indication for the reader also, some indication for the user also. So for that matter, the due date slip, which is pasted either in the front or at the back of the book. So that due date slip is embossed with the due date. The moment we emboss with the due date, the user is having the document. Anytime whenever user wants to verify what is the due date, or he or she can just take out that due date slip, and then from there due date slip, he or she will be in a position to verify what is the due date. Because at any point of time, user should not say, or a reader should not be in a position to say that since I was not knowing the due date, so I have not returned the document. So that should not be the case. The reader should also know the due date. And for the library's record, the book card, which is normally, I told you, inserted in the book pocket. Book pocket is also prepared in technical section, and basically it gives you simply nothing else but the name of the library and general rules which any reader is supposed to follow, or any user is supposed to follow, pattern is supposed to follow. That written rules are there. Little, not comprehensive rules is not possible, but just a little bit that the book should not be damaged, and if you don't return in time, you will be penalized. What will be the penalty? All those things are written on the book pocket. And basically, idea is the book card is to be inserted in the book pocket. This is a minimum preparation what is required for a document. Means once it has been classified, cataloged, labeling, proper labeling pasting has to be done, labels have to be prepared, that has to be pasted on the proper places, and then book card has to be prepared. And book card, once complete, then it has to be inserted in the book pocket. And the format is, I told you, similar. Book for the book card and the due date slip, the format is similar, and the due date slip is pasted either in the front of the document or at the back of the document. This is the minimum preparation for the book. Coming to the borrower, when we talk about the borrower, borrower should have at least I card, identity card, and number two, he should have the library membership card. So that library membership card or library membership ticket, you can call it, because the common terminology used was ticket in case of Browne system. So that ticket should be in the pocket shape. That should be in the pocket shape, and the front portion of the reader's ticket, that should give the complete details of the user. When I say the complete details of the user means it should give the name, address, department. If it is academic library, then definitely the name and department will be there, enrollment number, roll number, whatever is there. At least bare minimum information about the reader is there. But if it is a public library, then probably you have to give a comprehensive information about the name, address, locality, district, all those things, place, all those information will be on the reader's ticket. So this is a minimum preparation which the circulation section will be issuing. The circulation section is, as I told you, the first and foremost activity of circulation section is that it has to do the registration of members. So whenever they are registering the members, the moment the registration process is complete, means you are that any person who becomes a member of the library now, so automatically you have to give the lending, especially the service of lending. He is entitled for the service of lending, and when the user is entitled for the service of lending, so definitely borrowing and lending has to be done. So definitely some identification, means you have given him the I card, and you have also given him the requisite number of reader's ticket. Requisite number of reader's ticket, when I say, means some users are entitled for 2. Maybe if somebody is in a graduation or post graduation, you can give him 3, or if somebody probably is doing PhD, you can make it 4. So or somebody is faculty, you can make it 5. So accordingly, means according to your collection, you can decide what number of books you will be giving to different categories of users. So accordingly, the number of tickets, which is normally in the shape of a pocket. I told you it can be vice versa also. Then vice versa means the book card, if the book card is in the pocket shape, then the reader's ticket has to be elongated. And if the book card is in the elongated form, then your reader's ticket has to be in the pocket shape. So this is a minimum preparation at least required. So for the borrower, I told you this is a minimum preparation is required, and this task will be taken up by the circulation section. They will accomplish this task the moment somebody becomes a member and they are entitled for the loaning and borrowing. So in that case, the requisite number, I told you, one I card plus your reader's ticket. Once you issue the library membership card, along with the library membership card, the required number of tickets or the authorized number of tickets, that has to be given to the library user or library member. At any time, whenever the library user wants to get any document, he will come with the I card. He will come along with the I card. He will also come with the reader's ticket. If he is coming only with the I card but not coming with the reader's ticket, he cannot get the document issued. Let me tell you very clearly, and this is also one of the drawback of Browne system. Means you have a library membership card, but you don't have the reader's ticket, so document cannot be issued. So this will be counted as one of the drawback of the Browne system, but otherwise there is no loophole. Otherwise, system is very efficient. Then coming to the counter staff, the person responsible for issue and return of the documents. What the person will be having, he will be having the registration card of the borrower, means definitely that is your library membership card, and then due date stamp he will be having. The person sitting at the counter should have a due date stamp, but because ultimately he has to stamp at one place or 2 places. 2 places, why I am saying? Because one stamp has to be on the book card and second stamp has to be on the due date slip. So this is bare minimum 2 stamps are required, due date stamps are required. So your date stamp along with the ink pad that should be ready with the counter staff. And third most important will be the due date guide cards. Due date guide cards are something which you can call it, this circulation, especially the circulation staff, they have a charging tray. The charging tray is used for filing all the cards. Means ultimately all the book cards, whenever the document is issued, the book cards will be given to the library staff, and a reader's ticket will also be surrendered with a book card. So automatically the book card is inserted in the reader's ticket and has to be filed in the charging tray. So what is and how they are doing it, how they are filing it in the charging tray, that is very simple process. They have to file it behind the due date guide card. So you have to make strong and stout due date guide cards, which should be in a position or which can stand erect in the charging tray. So just suppose in a month we have 30 days, 31 days. So 30 due date guide cards or 31 due date guide cards. If it is January, definitely you need 31 guide cards. If it is February, 28 or 29 due date guide cards. So which can stand erect in the charging tray. And all the book cards inserted in the reader's ticket will be filed behind these due date guide cards, so that it becomes very clear on such and such day how many books are going to come back. What means, because of the, I told you the format of the book card is that it gives you on the left hand side, it gives you the accession number, and on the right hand side it gives you the call number. It can be vice versa also, it can be reverse also. You can give on the left hand side, you can give the call number, on the right hand side you can give the accession number also. It can be done. And all these book cards have to be filed behind the due date guide card in either in a classified order. If it is according to the call number, it will be in a classified order, or it has to be filed according to the accession number, either in increasing or decreasing order, whatever you decide. And then third important thing will be charging tray. As I told you, a charging tray will be required at the circulation counter, which should be in a position to hold all the cards, especially for a month at least. In a month, whatever your transaction is, you should know what, at least you will get some idea when you sit for some time, that what is the transaction log and how many people are coming in a month. Accordingly, just suppose on an average 100 books are issued in a day. So definitely 100 multiplied by simple 30. So at least a charging tray will be required, and we should be able to hold at least 100 into 30 means roughly 3000 cards. It should be in a position to hold 3000 cards. So you have to have such a charging tray which can hold about 3000 book cards. So at least bare minimum these preparations are required for the Browne system to be executed properly. Then third, I told you the due date slip. This preparation is done in the technical section, and the book pocket is to be ready. The book card has to be prepared. Book card, book pocket, and due date slip. This all job is done in the technical section. So what is basically this due date slip? It is a simply paper measuring 5 inches into 3 inches, and it gives you basic information of issue and return, and the date of issue or due date. So just embossing, nothing else. It has got different columns. And on top of it, I told you the due date slip, whether it's a book card or the due date slip, it bears the same information. Call number, accession number, author and title, you will find on both. I means arrangement is, it can be call number on the left and accession number on the right, or accession number on the left and call number on the right side, that you can do. So this due date slip is affixed opposite to the page, facing the board back or front cover of the book. This slip serves as a record of the book's circulation history, providing information about when the book was borrowed and when it is due for return. So it gives you all this information, call number that you can see, it gives you information for the call number, accession number, author and title of the document. All this information will be there. This all preparation is done in the technical section, so circulation has nothing to do with it. The book will come ready with all this. So half job is done in the technical section. Means book slip, the due date slip is ready, book pocket is ready, book card is ready. And whenever a user will take registration, so automatically he will be given the library membership card, plus he will be given the reader's ticket. I told you the shape will be, only the shape matters. If the book card is elongated, then the reader's ticket will be in the pocket shape. And the vice versa, if the book card is in the pocket shape, then the reader's ticket has to be elongated, because one has to be inserted into the other. Now both in juxtaposition this has to be filed in the charging tray. So definitely this is the arrangement. So now coming to the borrower's ticket or the pocket. The borrower's ticket, I told you, borrower's ticket is or the reader's ticket, that is is in the form of a pocket, and it gives the information about the borrower. It gives information about the borrower, means name, address, department, enrollment, roll number, whatever is there, all that information is there on the reader's ticket. Means that is sufficient to trace the reader. Means if the reader is not coming or reader has unnecessarily delayed the return of the document, so in that case, if we have to contact the reader, so all the details are there on the reader's ticket. And that reader's ticket, if because user has or reader has filled the basic registration form, so if we want further information, that we can look into those, especially in the registration form, and then we can get the rest of the details also if we want. But otherwise, most of the information is already available on the reader's ticket. So this is basically a small envelope or the pocket made of durable paper, often manila and other sturdy material. Most important is because it is going to hold the book card, so it has to be sturdy enough. And the standard size is 3 inches into 2 inches, and this is designed to accommodate essential borrower's information. And the pocket opens on two sides. Usually the upper side is either the left or the right. The borrower's pocket contains important information about the borrower. That will be there. Means your name will be there, address of the borrower will be there, date of expiry of membership, signature, stamp, and all this information will be there related to the reader or the borrower. I told you this is what the counter staff. Counter staff will be having at least registration card of the borrower, then date stamp with ink pad will be there, due date guide cards will be there, charging tray will be there. This is the bare minimum thing what a counter staff should have to execute this Browne system. Then charging procedures, normally, I told you charging procedures, they can be open access or they can be closed access. And if it is open access, there is no problem. User can straight away go to the stack area, pick up the document of his or her choice, come to the circulation desk. That's all. And in closed access, in the system, patron submits the requisition slip normally. The patron will submit the requisition slip for the desired books. Means patron ultimately has to go through the catalog. His patron is supposed to go to the public catalog, just find out the exact call number or the accession number of the document. Try to find out the call number of the document with other details. Give it to the library staff. Library staff will just find out the document, will go and trace the document, bring the document to the circulation desk, and then you can get it issued. So the library staff basically will be responsible for retrieving the books and then send them to the issue counter. So at least this is the two process which you all might be aware. So open access gives the flexibility to the user, to the reader, to go to the stack area and choose book of his or her choice. Whereas in closed access, you have to browse the catalog, get the call number, just give it to the library staff. The library staff will collect the document for you, and that will be passed on to the circulation counter, and then you can get it issued. These are the two systems, most prevalent systems. Then coming to the charging process, how the charging is done. Let me tell you the charging first. So what is important here is the user normally, user will, if you are following open access system, user will go to the stack area. But again, the process can be the same. Process can be simply the user can straight away go to the public catalog, get the call number, and according to the call number, move to the stack area. And when the user reaches to the stack area or the reader reaches the stack area, he can take help of the shelf list. He or she can take help of the shelf list, and the shelf list will guide the reader where the document is. So accordingly, because the shelf list will give you the right information where the document is, in which place, which order. So all that information you can get it from the shelf list. And after getting the information from the shelf list, straight away the reader will go to the stack area on that particular shelf and take out the document, collect the document from there. And then the reader or the user is supposed to come to the circulation counter. The moment user comes to the circulation counter, what a user is supposed to do, just simply take out the book card from the book pocket. Because the book card is ready, because book card is inserted in the book pocket, due date slip is pasted, all that information technically the document is ready for issue. So you will find everything intact. Book card is there in the book pocket. If the document you have picked up if the user has picked up the document from the shelf, so book card will be there in the book pocket and due date slip will be intact, pasted either in the front or at the back. So user will simply go to the circulation counter, take out the book card, and he or she will also surrender the one reader ticket. Show the borrower's card, means show the identity card or membership card, you can simply say. This again has to be checked by the the counter staff. Any library staff who is sitting at the counter will be responsible for checking the iCard, library membership card, and then only accept the reader's ticket. So, because there is again chances of there's a loophole here. If the library staff is not, you can say, vigilant, if the library staff is not very active, not very vigilant, and without checking the iCard or without checking the membership card, if he or she simply accepts the reader ticket, accepting the reader's ticket means every user is having 2-3 tickets. So maybe some user might have missed it, and somebody just has missed it, it can be misused. So it's liable to be misused. So best option is, or what the Browne system suggests, that the library staff whosoever is sitting at the counter, the job of library staff is to first check the membership iCard. Once you check the library membership card, you have verified the identity. Once the identity is verified, you collect the reader's ticket, cross-check it. Again, what the purpose is, cross-check it, that the reader's ticket and the iCard and the person standing in front of you, all are same. Means all this information belong to the same person. It should not happen that somebody else is carrying the reader's ticket of XYZ and making a request to issue a document. That is not possible in case of Browne system. But if you are doing it at your own risk, because the Browne system clearly says you first verify the identity of the reader. First, to verify the identity of the reader is a simple thing. You see the iCard, you see the person is standing in front of you, and then you just match the reader's ticket, information given on the reader's ticket also. The iCard, information on the iCard, information on the reader's ticket, and the person standing in front of you, all are same. If everything is okay, then only the library staff should accept the reader's ticket. Then the job becomes very simple, because the staff is simply supposed to take out the book card from the book pocket, because the book card bears the complete information of the document now. So that book card has to be inserted in the reader's ticket. But before inserting, a due date stamp has to be embossed. Due date stamp has to be embossed on the book card. Another due date stamp will be embossed on the due date slip. And these two, means the book card inserted in the reader's ticket, these two in juxtaposition will be filed in the charging tray behind due date guide cards. If the due date is 15, you are supposed to file in the charging tray that wherever the 15th February is or wherever the 15th March is, just after the 15th March, you will file that book card. But when all the books which are filed behind this 15th March due date guide card, you have to see to it that all the book cards are arranged in some order. They are arranged in some order means, I told you on the left hand side, there can be call number, on the right there can be accession number. So it is up to you to decide whether you are going to file all the book cards according to the call number or according to the accession number. So that is up to the library to decide how you are going to do. So this has to be filed, and the user is completely free. So just embossing two dates, one due date stamp on the due date slip, second on the book card, and the document is given to the reader or the user, and the book is charged, means the document has been issued. Those are as simple as that. So you can see how quick it is. So because ultimately the objective was, whenever you are issuing a particular document to any user, the library should have the record of the user also, and library should have the record of the document also. So in this case, both the records are there. And within no time, within seconds, you can see, within seconds, everything has been done. The user comes with the iCard. Library staff is just supposed to verify the identity of the user, collect a reader's ticket, verify the information is same, and immediately take out the book card from the book pocket, which user wants to get issued. So you take out the book card from the book pocket, just match that information also. Matching that information is also necessary, because you should check it that the book card belongs to the same document. There should not be any mismatch in this case, because everything is because your reader's ticket has to be matched with the identity of the user or reader, and the book card information has to be matched with the document, because document is also in front of you. Probably it might happen that some out of mistake or deliberately or it can be any reason. Somebody might have slipped another book card, means another book card in which is mismatching. Means the book card information is different and the book is different. It can happen. It can be deliberate or it can be just simply by chance. So you should match the information that the book card belongs to the book only, and then you take out the document, just emboss a due date on the book card and emboss another due date on the due date slip. Simply the document has been issued. So within seconds the document has been issued. You can see the efficiency of the system is roughly 300 books can be issued in 1 hour. So with this speed, you can see with this lightning speed, and with this speed you are trying to issue, means 300 books can be issued in an hour. There is no question of rush. There is no question of queuing. There is no question of standing in a queue. Whereas if you go by the previous system, where all the details you have to write, either whether it is a one card or it is a slip or it is a register system, you have to write down the complete information of the document which you are going to issue to a particular user. You have to write the complete information of the document. You have to write the complete address of the user, name and address of the user. So this used to take a lot of time, but now things have drastically changed in this system. Both the things are ready. This reduced ticket is ready and your book card is ready. Book card, book pocket and due date slip, everything is prepared by technical section, and the I-card, library card as well as reduced ticket, they are prepared by the circulation section once the registration process is complete. So what is to be done is as simple as that. You just match all those things. Within seconds you match the information of the reader is correct, information of the book card is correct. It's the same book, same reader is here. Just put the book card, take out the book card, emboss a stamp on the book card and insert in the register ticket. These two in juxtaposition can be filed in the charging tray behind due date guide card. As simple as that. So this can be, whole thing can be completed within seconds. Now coming to the discharging process. So when the document has to be returned, discharging is basically we are talking about the return. So when the document has to be returned, so what is to be done is you immediately, what you will do, you will ascertain the due date first. You just, whenever the person sitting at the counter or the library staff sitting at the counter will ascertain the due date first. So ascertaining the due date means you will open the due date slip, because the document user has returned the document. So you can just open the due date slip and get the information of the due date. The moment you get the information of the due date, straight away what you will do is you will go to the charging tray, and behind that due date guide card, you will try to find out the same document. And again the due date slip will, I told you the format of the due date slip and the book card is same. Means the book card and the due date slip, they are on the same format. Means on the left hand side you have the call number, on the right hand side you have the accession number. So you can just cross check it, the same accession number or the same call number, whatever your arrangement is. If it is filed according to the call number, it is in a classified order. Simply you can just with the call number you can just track that card, because it is filed behind the due date guide card. So you take out the book card. The moment you take out the book card, automatically the reader's ticket also comes out, because both are placed in juxtaposition. So automatically that also comes out. So you just see if it is the person or the user is returning on the same day, it is the same, due date is same, it is not overdue. So in that case, no fine comes out, no fine is to be calculated. And if it is delayed, then certain penalty charges are written on the book pocket, and the user also, reader, knows that he or she has to pay this much of penalty, and probably you can ask for the fine. The user, once the user knows, because the document was read, this document was user was having, so he or she must have gone through the written rules, that what is the penalty. Accordingly, the penalty will be calculated, that penalty will be charged from the reader, and very simple, the book card will be placed again back in the book pocket. Reader's ticket is free, so reader's ticket will be again, after collecting the penalty, reader's ticket will be given to the reader. So this is how the discharging, or you can say the return process, is accomplished. So this is quite simple, it doesn't take much time. So this is the beauty of this Browne charging system. It is very efficient, very fast. So I'll just try to synchronize the things. What the reader will do, reader will present the book for return to the counter assistant, and the counter assistant checks the date of issue or the due date of the book, and the counter assistant retrieves the corresponding book card and the reader's ticket from behind the due date guide card in the charging tray. And then simple, the counter assistant crosses out the date of issue or the due date on the date label, and then the counter assistant will return the reader's ticket to the reader and slip the book card back into the book pocket. This is what is to be done. And if it is overdue, the book is to be returned after the due date. If the return after the due date, the counter assistant calculates the overdue charges, and the counter assistant will collect the overdue charge from the reader before returning the reader's ticket. This is to be done, and the overdue charge is either put into a conscience box or the cash receipt is issued to the reader in lieu of the delay. So this is the case. And then one more thing important here is reservation of books. If another reader wants to reserve any already issued book, the reservation ticket is inserted into the reader's pocket. When the reserved book is returned, the reservation card and the book card are slipped into the book pocket. Then book is kept in the special sequence and the intimation is sent to the reader. Because just suppose if the document is reserved, then the reservation slip will be inserted in the book pocket along with the book card. So at the time of issuing the reserved book, the reservation card is taken out and filed separately, and the book is issued to the concerned reader. Because this document has been reserved by someone, so we have to wait for the reader, and when the reader will come, the document will be issued and the reservation slip will be filed. So this is the process how it is executed. Then coming to the advantages, as I told you, it is simple and speedy enough. The simplicity of the issue procedure means that the patrons can quickly borrow books and without encountering complex processes, and this simplicity also translates to shorter wait time at the circulation desk. Number two, timely reminders. The ability to issue the reminders without delay is crucial for ensuring that the patron returns borrowed material on time. With all necessary information readily available within the circulation system, the staff can quickly identify overdue items and notify patrons, helping to prevent unnecessary fines and maintain the availability of library resources for all the users. Third most important thing is ease of calculating delay fines. So the moment user will come to return the document, you can find out what is overdue, calculate the fine, and straight away you can ask the user to pay the fine in the conscience box. So this is quite transparent also, and the trust between the library and patron is maintained, and this also fosters a positive relationship within the community also. Next important thing here is advantage, you can say, is efficient preparation of the statistics. This circulation system abilities to generate the statistics rapidly enables library administrators to gather valuable insight into usage patterns, popular materials, and other key metrics. So these statistics inform decision-making processes such as collection, development, and resource allocation, ultimately enhancing the library's ability to meet the needs of its patrons. So another advantage is prompt reservation handling. So this system can very promptly handle the reservation system also. The moment document comes to the library and somebody has filled up the reservation slip, immediately the reservation slip is inserted in the book pocket and the document is reserved. And the user is next in the queue, whosoever is, the user is informed that the document is available in the library. You have certain period of time, you have 24 hours, 48 hours, within 48 hours you can collect the document. So this is quite efficient. And then another advantage is automated record of borrowed books. So automatic recording of borrowed books on the reader's ticket simplifies the tracking of loan material for both staff and patrons. And this automated record keeping system reduces the risk of errors and discrepancies, ensuring that the patrons can easily keep track of their borrowed items and return them promptly when due. So here one more advantage you can see is no signature is required. Nothing, only embossing of two due dates, one on the book card, second on the due date slip, job is done. The document is issued. And when the user has to return it, Means no manual scribbling, writing, signature, nothing else. It's a very neat and clean process. Only thing is embossing the due date and then the document is issued. When the document is returned, verifying the due date, just taking out the book card and then calculating the fine. Again, the book card will be inserted back in the pocket. Reduced ticket is free. Reduced ticket is given to the reader. It is discharged. So no signatures are required. This eliminates the need for signatures at the time of issue and return. This streamlines the borrowing process, making it more convenient for the patrons, and this removes potential barriers to accessing library materials, particularly for the patrons who may have difficult signing documents or prefer a more efficient checkout experience. So there are some disadvantages also. So one big disadvantage is lack of permanent issue records, because as such there is no record maintained for the permanent issue. Means even the library is not having any record. Simply what is going on is embossing a due date and then filing it. And at the time of return, you simply take out the book card. Just you are using the due date only for taking out the book card or retrieving the book card and inserting it back in the book pocket. That's all. So no record is maintained either with the library or with the patron. So that is the biggest risk which is associated with this system. See, so the absence of permanent issue record increases the risk of losing important cards or the documents, which could result in difficulties in tracking borrowed material and patron activity. So second is risk of misfiling also. As I told you, because you have to be very conscious, because when user is showing you the reader's ticket, you try to verify from the iCard that the same reader is carrying the reader's ticket. If there is any discrepancy here, or if there is any, you can say, any lacuna here, or you are not vigilant enough, the library staff is not vigilant enough, then the reader's ticket can be misused. Number two, same thing can happen is, because if the library staff is only supposed to take out the book card, any book card, and simply emboss it, no. The library book card, when you take out the book card, you try to ascertain that this card belongs to the same document. So if the card belongs to the same document, then only you should emboss the due date. Otherwise, if the staff is not vigilant, in that case what will happen is, the title of the book is something else, and maybe the mischief can be, or misfiling can be, the card is of some other document. So when ultimately what happens is, you take out the book card and simply emboss it without checking the document. So in that case, the user is carrying some other document and you are having the book card of a different document. So this misfiling can create a lot of confusion here. So there is a danger of misfiling the reader's ticket along with the book card under the wrong date guide cards. This is also possible. You can file it in the, maybe, just suppose the due date is something and you have filed it somewhere. Instead of 15th March, you have filed it in 15th February. And once you have filed it under 15th February, behind 15th February, it is difficult to retrieve then. So again, you have to be very vigilant. One thing is this, that probably there can be misfiling of the card also. And second, misfiling of the book cards also. Because ultimately the book cards inserted in the reader's ticket has to be filed in the charging tray behind due date guide cards. Just suppose out of mistake, because the library staff was supposed to file it behind 15th March. But maybe staff was not vigilant, or maybe he was busy somewhere else, and that card has been filed behind 15th February. What will happen? The retrieval will be very difficult. So even this is the risk associated with the Browne system. Number three, verification challenges here. If a wrong book card is inserted in the reader's book pocket, it becomes difficult to verify which book has been issued to a particular patron. This is always there. Then space requirement. The system requires significant space for keeping the issue records, which can be the limitation for the libraries with limited space availability. So space is because you should have, just suppose if you are having 2 months transaction, so 2 months transaction means you require 2 charging trays, big trays, which have the minimum holding of 3000 cards. So if you are, just suppose 3 months waiting period is there, so you should have, you need to have 3 charging trays then. So it required a lot of space. So space is also one of the issue with the Browne system. Then queuing inefficiently. Patrons may need to queue twice if they want to borrow another book immediately after returning a previous borrowed book, leading to the unnecessary time consumption and inconvenience. So that can be one drawback of the system. Then staffing requirement. Efficient vigilant staffs are essential for operating the system effectively, potentially depriving patrons of the assistance of staff members who could otherwise provide valuable reference service. And the last is difficult in tracing the book. That is the arrangement of the book cards in the reader's pocket or reader's ticket, primarily by date, makes it difficult to trace a particular book quickly, efficiently, or especially during the rush hours. Similarly, book reservation may become challenging to manage efficiently. So these are some of the drawbacks of this Browne system. And I told you the biggest drawback is if if the person sitting at the counter is not checking the identity of the reader, then maybe it can be misused. Or if the book card is not correct, then also it can be create a lot of chaos. Or if this book card, at the time of issue of the book card with complete embossing of the due date and inserted in the reader's ticket is filed at a wrong place, that also creates a lot of chaos. So one has to be very efficient, very vigilant. Staff should be there to manage this show. Otherwise, after issue, if it is a wrong issue, it creates a lot of chaos. And number two, the reservation also becomes a chaotic process. So what a library needs is efficient staff, vigilant staff should be there at the circulation counter. I hope the Browne system you have understood, and will carry on with the New York system. So some of the drawbacks of this Browne system will be improvised or will be removed in the New York system. That we will see how the new version of the New York system will take care of some of the drawbacks of the Browne system. Thank you very much.